everyone, in today's video, we'll talk about a recent issue affecting Google Pixel 9 users who are running the Android 15 beta. If you're someone who loves getting early access to new features, you might already be running beta software on your phone. But as exciting as that sounds, betas come with their fair share of bugs, and this time it's Android Auto that's been hit hard. Let's break it down. Some Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro XL users who jumped on the Android 15 beta train are now facing issues with Android Auto. Android Auto, for those of you who might not be familiar, is Google's app that syncs your phone with your car's display. It allows you to use apps like navigation, music, and more in a safe and convenient way while you're driving. However, for some Pixel 9 owners, this feature is now broken thanks to a bug in the latest Android 15 beta update. Reports have flooded platforms like Reddit and Google's issue tracker, with many users claiming that Android Auto no longer works at all on their Pixel 9 devices. Whether you're trying to connect it through a cable or wirelessly, the result is the same. The surface either disconnects or fails to function entirely after just a few seconds or minutes. So what's causing this issue? Well, it's not exactly clear why this bug exists, but we know that it's directly tied to the Android 15 beta software. Interestingly enough, this problem doesn't seem to exist on the stable version of Android 14, which is what the Pixel 9 ships with and what most people are still running. If you're using Android 14, Android Auto should work just fine for you. Now, that's good news for those of you still running the stable version, but for anyone who's already upgraded to the Android 15 beta, things might get frustrating. The only known solution for now? Reverting back to Android 14. Just keep in mind that rolling back to the previous version of Android requires a factory reset, meaning you'll lose all your data, so definitely think twice before making that move. The good news is that this issue is likely to be fixed before the official release of Android 15, which is expected to roll out to the Pixel 9 series in October. Google is pretty good at addressing these types of bugs in time for the final version of their software. But until then, if you're on the Android 15 beta, you're going to have to live with a broken Android Auto, or, as I mentioned earlier, revert back to the stable Android 14 release. This situation highlights one of the risks of running beta software. Even though beta versions often feel stable, there are always some quirks that pop up. This Android Auto bug might seem like a small inconvenience, but it's a perfect example of why beta testing is done in the first place. If you're thinking about trying out a beta, it's always best to avoid using it on your main device, especially if it's your daily driver. Betas are great for getting a sneak peek of what's coming, but they can also come with their share of headaches. So, there you have it. Android 15 beta might be fun to explore, but for some Pixel 9 users, it's causing a bit of a headache, especially with Android Auto. If you're one of those users affected, you might want to consider going back to Android 14 or waiting until Google rolls out a fix. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech updates like this. Let me know in the comments if you're experiencing any issues with Android 15, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.